Shalawam.
Before we begin, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahawah, BAHASHAM,
Yahawah,
Yahawashi,
BAHASHAM,
BAHASHAM,
Yahawashi, BAHASHAM,
Rawchaa, Qadash.
Qadash.
Double honors to the elders at 𝐉𝐄𝐄𝐅𝐄, SHALAWAM,
Shalawam.
and the elect of the nation of Israel. And the title of this video is The Parable of the 5 Wise and 5 Foolish Virgins. So we're going to read, we're going to go into that parable. We're going to read Matthew 25, verse 1 through 13. And let's do it. Lord willing, this video is edifying. So,
God.
and if any one of you brothers are on the comment board, let us know if the volume is good, if the sound is good, the sound quality. If it's not going choppy, let us know. So you can start reading from verse 25 and 1.
God. Matthew 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
All right, let's break the virgins down. Now, let's start with this first. Now, a virgin can represent like, or Israel is likened unto a female or a woman, right? So I'm gonna grab Jeremiah 6 and 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So Israel is likened unto a woman, right? And this doesn't mean that we're actual virgins, like we never had sex before or we never popped a woman. Okay? That does not mean that. It doesn't mean that we never popped a woman. All right. It means simply, if you go, Babakusha, could you grab Revelation 14 and 4? Right, that'll be the first one. Revelation 14 and 4. Because some people will read this and they'll actually think that it's talking about an actual virgin, like an actual female. No, Israel is likened unto a woman. All right, because the reason why, because we're joined unto the Most High. He made a covenant with us. He made an agreement. We're married unto him. That's why it says that. Okay, we're his woman. We're his bride.
God. This is going to be Revelation chapter 14, verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Right, so these are they. Now, they are the elect that were not defiled with women. Now, the woman in that context, if you read like the book of Proverbs, it talks about the us following a different doctrine, right? Because Jake follows Islam, Jake follows Christianity, Jake wants to be a Black Panther, a 5%er, a Black extremist. They want to be everything, right? So they follow whatever doctrine or whatever they follow. But read that again now.
God. Revelation 14, verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which...
For they are virgins. Just like I said, that doesn't mean that you never popped a woman before. That has nothing to do with that, right? Now, finish reading that out.
God. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and the Lamb.
Right, and that's talking about the elect. That's talking about the elect. Okay, and we follow Yahawashi, right? This is 2 Corinthians 11, and I'll start at verse 2. I'll read verse 2, 2 Corinthians 11 and 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband. All right, now one husband is who? Yahawashi. That I may present you as a chaste virgin to a Mashiach Yahawashi. Now that word chaste can mean pure, to be pure, to be to have no defect. You know, we don't mix the doctrine up. We don't tell you that Edomites can be saved because that's not biblical. No, we tell you what the Bible says. We're not going to tell you something that the Bible doesn't say. This is not Christianity, right? So being pure meaning being of a sound mind, being of a perfect mind, and following the doctrine according to the plan.
God. And I wanted to mention, I'm not going to grab it, but in Romans 8, it goes into how the Lord had predestinated these men to come back to Yahawashi as virgins, untouched with all these other doctrines. And that's why the spirit that we've been given, it allows us to cleanse ourselves so we can present ourselves as clean under the blood of Yahawashi.
Yeah, and also John 17 goes into that. John 17 talks about Yahawashi praying for us. You know, he prayed for to keep us from the evil. And right, he prays not for the world.
God.
So there's some men that Yahawashi already predestined for salvation, to be delivered or saved from the upcoming, destruction.
God.
But we already we already established that the woman can represent Israel, all right, and a virgin can also represent Israel, but a virgin can also represent someone being pure.
God.
Just like a female, right? Like a female in the world that she never had been fucked before. She never, she's pure. She's still kept for that perfect man.
Right.
Like we're gonna be kept for Yahawashi.
Exactly.
Not in a sexual sense, of course not. But some people take it like that because they're retarded. They're stupid.
Right. It's all spiritual.
Right.
So jumping back to Matthew 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
Right, and a bridegroom is Yahawashi, right? Now, which took their lamps. Now, a lamp can represent light, obviously, right? It can represent light. It can represent you being enlightened, or be he illuminated, like the scriptures in Baruch say, be he illuminated and walk in the truth. Walk. I'll get that. Be he illuminated. I believe it's Baruch. Because the word is likened unto oil, it's likened unto light, it's likened unto honey, water. Be he illuminated. Illuminate. All right, this is Baruch 4:2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Take hold of what? Take hold of, the laws. Obviously, you got to follow the laws. Take hold of the truth, right? Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayst be illuminated. What's the other one in the one in Psalm? The law is a lamp.
I think this is it right here. Let me see. This is Psalm 119, verse 105. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. That the one?
That's it. So lamp is a metaphor for the knowledge.
God. Yeah, this path that we've been given.
God, that's it on that. That's good. That's good.
God. So jumping back to Matthew 25. In verse 2. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were wise, they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
All right, let's go into a bit of ancient custom. You already know what a grab out.
God.
You know what the already.
So jumping into the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, and I have it bookmarked to page 316. When you go into this word lamp, down towards the middle of the, or towards the end of the definition, it says, the use of lamps is mentioned in connection with the golden. Wait, Salakia, that's not it. Okay, right here. The use of oil-fed lamps in a marriage procession is mentioned in Matthew 25:1. Since such lamps contained only a few spoonfuls of oil, a reserved supply would be a necessity.
Right, and that's going to connect later on to a few verses down. Right. So in the ancient world, does this tell you how the bride would have to walk with a lamp to meet the bridegroom? They will walk to meet the bridegroom. And I believe it tells you that also in there. Or you can go to a commentary. But anyway, we were like the bride or the female will walk to go meet the bridegroom. And they will carry lamps, like old-fashioned ancient lamps. And they'll have enough oil just to keep that lamp burning, because in most marriages at that time, or like, well, ceremony, like, you know, the whatever they kept, all right, we know that sex is marriage, but they would it would be at night, it would be at nighttime, so you'll have to have that light in order to know where you're walking. The truth, the light, a light to my path. Is that the one you read? It says the truth is like a light to my path. Could you read that again, Babakashah, the one in Psalm?
God, right here, it's Psalm 119, verse 105. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path.
There you go. So in the ancient world, we would have to have that lamp, because of course, if you don't have no light, you're walking in what? In darkness. The scriptures tell you that gross darkness cover the earth. The Lord is not dealing with everybody. That's why people can hear us talk about we're Israelites all day long. They can hear us talking about the breakdowns all day long and how they're Israelites and they're not black and all these other things, but they're not going to get it, because what
Right.
they don't have that light. That light can represent also that light of your mind, having you're full of light. That eye also can represent you being your spirit, you being the singleness of heart or singleness of mind, having that light and understanding. But we're not going to grab. I believe that's in Matthew 22. There's too much to go into. So you try to keep this lesson basic, simple as possible, and keep moving on.
God,
Read that again. Not
precept. Oh, Khan.
Oh no. Bring out the precept.
God.
You got it.
This is Proverbs 21, verse 20. There is treasure to be desired, and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spendeth it up.
That's right. There is oil in the house, in the dwellings of the wise. Okay. Now the oil could represent the truth. If you don't have no oil, that ancient lamp wouldn't burn. Okay, you wouldn't have no light if you didn't have that oil. So that oil, you have to know how to, like you read in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, you have to know how to balance that oil out. Sometimes you want to do too much. Okay, you want to do too much, and you burn yourself out. And just like with yourself, because that lamp could represent you. Like you'll burn yourself out once you do too much. Okay, you want to achieve a certain trying to get to a certain point, and you're gonna burn yourself out. The scripture tell you that a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. Too much of anything can be bad for you. Too much honey can be bad for you. All right, you have to know how to balance things out. In the ancient world, the woman or whatever, they will carry like just enough oil or reserve amount just in case you run out. So you always have to have enough. Okay, what if this happens? You got to think ahead. You got to think ahead. You can't just okay, I'm just gonna use this and oil and that's it. You're done. You don't have no more knowledge. You don't have no more understanding. You're right back into the world. You go right back into the world. Do what the hell you was doing before you came into this world, to this truth, and more demons hop on you.
God, this is a quick precept out to back you up. Exodus 23, verse 13. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. And that would make someone not a virgin if they worshipped other gods. And, they weren't circumspect. They didn't keep track of their oil, keep a balance. They
That's
burned
right.
themselves out.
That's right. That also ties into that. Like we mentioned in verse 1 about the virgins being pure. We are only to follow, of course, Yahawashi that established, of course, the elders. Okay, but we are a SHALAWAM mock strive for the Masters 144. SHALAWAM mock 𝐤𝐄𝐅𝐿𝐴HH barakatah.
SHALAWAM 𝐤𝐿𝐴HH.
Right, because the oil, like we mentioned, without oil, your lamp ain't gonna burn. The scriptures tell you, let your lights burn. Where's that precedent? Let your lights burn. All right, Luke chapter 12 and verse 35. Let your loins be girded about and your lights burning. So in order for them lights to burn, you need oil. And that's it, straight to the point.
God. Well, this is going to be Matthew chapter 25, verse 2 once again. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Right, you're going to have those that are wise and those that are foolish that don't bring enough oil, right?
They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, right?
God.
That's straight to the point, right?
While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
Right, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. Now, sometimes in the truth, this is like manifold. It can mean a few things, but sometimes in the truth, you feel like you don't want to do it no more. You feel like agitated.
Weak, God.
You feel weak. You feel weak. Well, we should understand that Yahawashi is gonna put you through the test. For Sirach chapter 2, he's gonna put you through the test. So you're gonna go through something. If something ain't happening to you, if you're not going through some type of trial, affliction, something is terribly wrong. Something is not good there. Right? That's how you know you're a man of the Lord too, when you can, well, Lord willing, when you can endure all these trials, all of these trials, everything that you go through, whether at work, right? Whether out here at camp, on the streets, or wherever it's at, the Lord is going to put you through hell. We got to go through hell. You know, we got to go through hell in order to, you have to go through much affliction. The Apostle Paul and the apostles spoke about that, us going through much affliction, now when we can receive the kingdom. Right? And it's a joy. It's a joy knowing that the Lord is still dealing with you, even through all this, even through like, damn, I don't want to do this no more. Like, but the Lord has that spirit. He pushes you, or you better go out there.
Right.
Oh, you better do these sit downs. You better read. Give attendance to reading. You better do something. You better occupy. Because like people in this world, they don't go through nothing. They suffer as murderers, as busybodies. Okay, they really don't go through. Now we know why we go through what we go through. When they say if they do go through a little bit of stress, okay, they do. They go through. If they go through a little bit of stress, some of them commit suicide. They take their own lives. But it's a joy to even fight through it. Fight through it, and that's it. Yahawashi fought through it. Job fought through it. The apostles fought through it. Okay, we got to fight through it. We're not exempt from not feeling no adversity. What kind of man of the Lord doesn't feel adversity? When you tell me one prophet that never felt adversity in the ancient world, Hosea felt adversity, pain, distress. Elijah, he felt stress.
God, the servant is not greater than the master.
Right. That's right.
God, so jumping back, Matthew 25, verse 4. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
Oh yeah, let me get one precept on the next chapter before this. This Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
God.
Oh, one more. I just started this. One more. I did mention Sirach 2. I want to Read verse. Woe unto them that have lost patience. Where you at? Where you at? Let me just read a few verses. Sirach 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. And endure means to be made hard. All right, so you're going to be tried, right? And make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayst be increased at thy last end. Better is the end of a thing. That's another one. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Now, some men are not patient, okay, when they're changed to a low estate. They say, you know what, I'm about to go back into the world. I don't want to do this no more. That's not the mind that you're supposed to have in its ministry. Okay? That's not that root of bitterness. You're not supposed to have that root of bitterness. Okay, I want to depart. I don't want to do this no more. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Yet that he that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest he fall. He that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail. Verse 14, just one last verse. Woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will he do when the Lord shall visit you? So, when Yahawashi returns, what you gonna do? Right? If you on the bad side of the Lord, he's gonna kill you. He's gonna destroy you. And if you're on his good side, Lord willing, we're delivered. We'll get delivered.
Okay. So jumping back, Matthew 25, verse 5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him.
All right, now midnight. Babakasha, could you grab Exodus? I believe.
Gone.
Yeah, Exodus. Now midnight could represent destruction. That's what midnight could represent, according to the Bible. Midnight could represent destruction. And it could also mean other things, but midnight could represent destruction.
This is going to be Exodus chapter 10.
Midnight is when the death angel, when Yahawashi returns and cracks those skies, and
God. Exodus 10, verse 21. And Yahawah said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt.
No, the one in Exodus 12. The one in Exodus 12 first.
Salakia. Oh, I got it right here. This is Exodus 12, chapter 12, verse 28. And the children of Israel went away and did as Yahawah had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass that at midnight Yahawah smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of the cattle.
Right, that's straight to the point, right? So midnight could represent destruction.
God. Now jumping back to Matthew, this is going to be Matthew chapter 25 and verse 6. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps.
Now, trim can mean to prepare yourselves. You have to be prepared, right? That's what it means, to prepare. It says here, all the bridesmaids got up and prepared their lamps. So you have to be prepared. You got the scriptures tell you to watch as well as pray. So, because we don't know when Yahawashi is going to return. Hey, Shalawam, Shapab, the 12 Ba. Shalawam, Yahawah,
Shalawam. Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, Rawchaa. And I also wanted to grab this one, Isaiah 58, verse 1.
Right.
Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. And those cries are going out until Yahawah's return, or until actually the famine of this word.
Cut. Hey, hold on. Now, what the one in Revelation?
I may have it. Is it Revelation 19?
Yeah, 19 and what verse was that? 7?
I have 7. Con.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yep, that's it.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. And he saith unto me, right blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, these are the true sayings of the Most High.
There you go. So the 5 foolish virgins, they're not going to be ready. They're alienated from this truth now. They're not going to be ready. All right, but the elect, or those wise virgins, they're always going to be watching, being occupied in prophecy, meditate. Right? You're not gonna feel discouraged. Right? You're not gonna feel discouraged. Your heart failing you because of fear. You should already know these things are gonna happen, so why even be scared? The scriptures tell you don't fear them that can kill the body. Right?
God. Hey, I got did you want to jump into Salakia? 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9.
Go ahead. You got it. What does it say? First Peter.
This one, the chosen generation, a royal priesthood.
Not just said. Not just said.
God. I'll hold it. So jumping back to Matthew.
It does tie in though, but
God. Matthew 25. Matthew 25 and verse 6. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves.
Right, that it's on you now. All right, you weren't preparing yourself. You didn't bring enough. Okay, you weren't preparing yourself. You burnt yourself out. Right?
God.
The Lord is looking for perfect balance. For perfect balance. All right.
God.
Go get your own oil. We ain't got enough for you. Go get your own oil.
Let me check this one real quick. God. So jumping back to Matthew 25 in verse 10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
Right. Meaning the doors were closed, meaning there's no way of salvation now. All right. You weren't ready. You weren't didn't get yourself ready. But this 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Now, a thief is not going to tell you when he's going to come, right? He's not going to tell you. He's just going to break in your house. You're not going to know when he's going to come, right? So you have to always be ready, right? You have to always be ready. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, right? Being all complacent as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But he, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of dark. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet the hope of salvation. So there you go.
God. Now jumping back to Matthew 25, this is verse 11.
Because a lot of these people, right? A lot of these people, they gonna get caught off guard, right? But we should know already what to expect. We know that this place is gonna be destroyed. Okay, one man of conversation are we to be in, right? Like the in Peter's. So we should already know why we do this thing. Why we're called into this thing. We should already know. Not like these people out here in this world that they're in gross dark. They don't know what the hell is going on.
Right.
But we should know better. Right. We should know better. The whole world life in sin or in darkness.
God. Matthew 25, verse 11. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us.
Too late, right?
But he answered and said, Verily, I say unto you, I know you not.
You know what this also ties into? Us getting beamed up. Us getting beamed up. Isaiah 26 and 20 and one in Revelation. It talks about us watching this place burn, like that sea of glass mingled with fire, watching this place burn.
God.
That's what it's talking about, and everybody just gnashing and wailing the teeth. There should be gnashing and wailing the teeth. It's gonna be too late. All right.
Right.
We warned you. We told. That's why we're giving warning. Ezekiel 3. We're giving we're warning you that these things are gonna happen. All right. Get right, man. Get right. We're not gonna be on the streets forever. We're not gonna be on the streets forever. There's gonna be a time that the Lord is gonna if we are of the elect, that the Lord is going to beam us up.
God.
And these people are going to be left behind, right?
Exactly. And that proves right there, John 10 and 7, Yahawashi is the door.
Right.
So Yahawashi is, you got to be in goods with him. And the only way that's possible is if Yahawah brought you to Yahawashi.
Right.
Because it's all spiritual. But this one did come to mind. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 16. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. And then that one you had mentioned when we studied out, Lord, Lord, haven't we cast out demons in your name?
Yeah.
Or devils? God.
Yeah, they were in the truth. Yeah, they were occupying in it, but they just didn't have, they didn't want to endure it. They couldn't endure it.
God. It's like they tried to come back in the last second and it was too late.
So this, like I said, there's manifold meanings.
Right.
I'll break this down, We ain't gonna grab every 100 precepts and just
right.
Keep it as simple as possible.
Matthew 25, verse 12. But he answered and said, Verily, I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh.
Oh, hold on now. Let me grab a few precepts on the comment board.
God.
I'll start with Shapab the 12. Shapab the 12, Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 25. And come hither, and I shall light a candle of understanding. That's a banger. And I shall light a candle of understanding in thine heart. So this is also could represent, the brother just reminded me, what you're reading, both of y'all reminded me, what you're reading in Revelation, it talks about the 7 churches of Asia Minor, which we are the representation of the 7 churches. 7 is, of course, the number of completion, right? That the Lord talks about removing your candlestick. from you. He's talking. He's going to remove your candlestick. If you're not like, look, man, the Lord can come and take this away. What the Lord gave, the Lord can also take away. The Lord can take this truth away from you. You don't want that. We don't want that. You know, being like cast this a portion with the unbelievers, like the scriptures say, going back into the world. Like, imagine that, cursing out 2/3 on the street, right? And talking all like going into so many prophecies and breakdowns in history and all that. And the Lord said, you know what? Back into the world you go. Everybody looking at you like, I thought, what was up? All that stuff you was talking, what's up? Right? That's a banger. Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 25 again, and come hither, and I shall light a candle of understanding in thy heart. I gotta start bringing that one out more. Which shall not be put out. See that? Because you already, this makes me think also that the Lord has the first fruits, like we mentioned. He has already those select men that were here with the Yahawashi before the whole foundation, everything was laid. These angels or the sons of God were here, okay, with the Yahawashi. So they're already predestined. That's what the scriptures talk about, the predestination. And it says, which shall not be put out, meaning your light is going to continue to burn, you know, till the things be performed which thou shalt begin to write. Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 26. And when thou hast done, some things shalt thou publish, and some things shalt thou show secretly to the wise. This ain't for everybody. This ain't for everybody, right? It's just a circle. Like, everybody's not calling on Yahawah. They don't know the names of Yahawah. They know God. They don't know the names of Yahawashi. They know Christ or Jesus. You know, this is a small circle of men that are all in agreement. Nothing. This thing got nothing to do with no unity camp. One guy teaching one thing, or we're all striving to get it. I heard Al-Azhar mention that Amos 3:3 has nothing to do with unity camps. Are you serious? He said, because we're all striving to get up into the kingdom. Everybody's not gonna make it, and that's simple as that. Everybody's not gonna make it. These dudes, I'm telling you, the Lord is amazing. He has sent a strong delusion. These guys actually believe they got it. They actually believe they got it, right? They learn a few things and they start getting puffed up. It says this, and when thou hast done some things shall thou publish, and some things shall thou show secretly to the wise. Like, this ain't for everybody. You ain't got to tell everybody, all right? The name of the Lord is not given to everybody. Tomorrow, this hour, shall thou begin to write. This strive for the mastery is 144. Another banger, Luke chapter 14 and verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower, meaning you're at work, right? Sitteth not down first. We're at work, right? We're working at, right? The Lord gave us a job to do. And counteth not the cost. And counteth Salakia. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? So we have to finish the Babakasha. Could you grab it does tie in. Actually, I'll mention it. The scriptures say the race is not given to the swift. The race is not given to the swift. All right. So another one that comes to mind, Yahawashi, when he was crucified, all right, went through those sufferings. He said, it is finished. It is finished, meaning he accomplished. Oh, I know which one you could grab. I have finished my course. That one right there. That one.
God.
So Yahawashi finished his course, right? The Apostle Paul finished his course, and we have to finish our course. Just don't talk about it. Be about it. All right, we have to take action. And that means if you are a prophet, if the Lord gave you an able body, made you an able body to go out there on the streets and teach, you have to go out there on the streets and teach. All right, all this just timid, oh, I don't want to go out there because my co-workers might see me. You start getting all shaky and scared. Oh.
God. You're not referring to the one in 2 Timothy, are you?
It said, yeah, I have finished my course. I have fought the good fight of faith. I believe that's in the same.
Oh, yeah. Right. Here it is, 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall
There,
give me at that day.
there you
And
go.
not to
Watch the
me
Lord.
only.
Okay,
Oh,
you got it.
Salakia.
Tell her,
And
no,
not
that
to
was my
me,
fault. You got it.
and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing.
That's right.
But best be
See,
prepared.
exactly. The Lord is telling you, don't tap out. Continue. Yes, this truth is bitter, it's sweet, but it's also bitter. Continue. The Apostle Paul didn't stop. The John the Revelator at an old age didn't stop because he was old. He didn't stop because he was old. He continued. And that's it. When you until that last breath, you continue going until that last breath. And you got to encourage other brothers to continue in the faith. Continue. BAHASHAM, since I mentioned it, let's grab it. Acts chapter 14 and verse 22. You have to
God.
continue. You have to keep faith until the end. Faith that we are going to be delivered. Faith that the nukes are going to lay America waste and desolate. You got to keep the faith. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to go out there and just casually read a few scriptures and just not really believe in this thing. You got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. No, you got to have 2 feet in. Hey.
Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of God.
There we go. There we go. Through much tribulation. So whatever the Lord puts you through, you got to go through it. You got to go through it. And then you start getting all emotional. I ain't no Israelite no more. I don't want to call myself an Israelite no more. You know, I'm still Hispanic. I'm still a Negro. I'm tired. I'm tired of man. I'm tired of this, man. I can't do this no more, man. Start getting all lazy, man. Enough with that. The scriptures tell you to gird up your loins like a man. Show yourself a man. The Lord wants to see you fight. The Lord doesn't want you to be all cowardly hearted, timid, or faint hearted. If you look up that word faint, it means to be cowardly. Acting like a damn coward. A coward ain't going to war. You got all these spiritual attacks, demonic attacks coming at you. A coward ain't gonna want to defend himself. A coward's gonna want to continue to fight through it, to show himself a man. And that's what we're called to show ourselves men. The Lord hates cowards. He don't like people that talk all this good game, talk a good game, but can't back it up.
God.
Be about it. We gotta be about it.
I got a precept for you. This is Sirach 11 and 21. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord, and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich.
That's right.
And that ultimate rich is going to be one of the ones that are chosen in these last days. That's bigger than the lottery, as brothers always go into.
And also, this also ties in with also the you being grounded. The parable of, the sower in Matthew 13. Also, you being grounded. When tribulation and persecution, I read it, Matthew 13 and 21. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while, just like those 5 foolish virgins. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, by and by he is offended. Yahawashi doesn't want you to be offended in his word. Of course, he is a stumbling block to these 2/3 and all of them. But if you are one of his, you're not going to be offended. You're going to continue to proceed. Keep going. Don't look back. We ain't going to be like last place. We're going to look back. No, you keep going. Keep going and fight the good fight of faith.
God.
You got a few more verses. We can wrap it up.
God. So jumping back to Matthew 25.
It's true. And like I said, it's even a joy going through certain things, because the Lord could actually reveal certain things to you when you're suffering.
Right.
And okay, you went through this? Yeah, I got something for you. I'm gonna show you this. Don't tell nobody. I'm gonna show you this. The Lord can do that.
God.
Of course, you don't abuse the power that the Lord gave you, or or that gift that the Lord gave you. You don't abuse that. You continue to keep rolling.
God. Matthew 25 and verse 11. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily, I say unto you, I know you not.
Hold on now. With verse 10, when it mentions, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
God.
This also reminds me of those that don't have the wedding garment on. We don't got to get it. We'll mention it. Those that don't have the wedding garment on. Okay, the garment could represent the knowledge, right? The one having not the robe on. I think you wrote it down. We don't got to get it. I mean, if you want, you could. It's whatever. It doesn't really matter, But right. the garment could represent the having being clothed in righteousness. There's one in Isaiah or Jeremiah. It talks about that. Put it on the garment of righteousness.
Let me see. Yeah, I don't know which one it was. Let me see.
It's all good. We can move on. Don't worry about it.
God. God, Matthew 25 and verse 11. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily, I say unto you, I know you not.
Right.
Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh.
Right. Right. That was verse 13.
God.
Right. So you have to always watch and pray, man. You got to always be prepared, and that's right. We have to watch and pray. Continue, fast. Continue to pray. Continue to do the works. Continue to be brotherly. All right. That's really, really one important thing in this truth is brotherhood. All right. Loving the Lord with all thy heart, and also, being a brother. These two laws hang all the prophets, and these two commandments, all the law and the prophets. So just to continue, man, and that's it. You ain't got to get too deep in having a mysterious breakdown for this and that. Like, just get right to the point. That's it.
Okay.
That was verse 13. You said, right?
God, that was verse 13.
Okay. Let me see one more thing. Right. I know you not, depart from me. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Right. Depart from me, you workers of iniquity. That could also mean that you're going back into the world. Okay. So I pray you brothers are edified, right. And that was the parable of the 5 wise and 5 foolish virgins. Yes, of course, we could have went into more, but the point has been made. So with that, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahawah, BAHASHAM,
Yahawashi,
BAHASHAM, HARAKAKUDASH.
Qadash.
Shalom.
Shalawam.